let me quickly welcome Chukwudi Okudugbaja, known as Chooks the Boy, right into the studio. Chooks, good morning and welcome to today's historic celebration.
I am slightly depressed by the late rains. The potato I planted them about a week and a half ago, they are still there, they are not sprouting, and my corn not doing very well. All the same, I'll accept the greetings. How are you, Claire? Good morning.
We're fine, we're doing well, just that the papers are all celebrating today.
Well,
so
that one is as fat as an elephant.
So this, you can see the volume.
The only one we have is as fat as an elephant.
Honestly.
So we only have a paper.
It's just that if you're not careful, you're going to do congratulatory messages all through.
Of course, and this paper has 127 pages.
We thank our brother. We thank God for the luck our brothers have. Newspapers.
All right.
This period is
okay. So let's quickly begin. And the only lead story on this paper is conflicting court orders as Sanusi Bayero cling to Kano Emirship. But of course, it has 1 year of the Tinubu administration building a safer, stronger, and prosperous Nigeria. And I love the way the paper has just graphicized or put in graphics, that I should say, you know, the agenda. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8-point agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And right in front there you see renewed hope agenda, priority areas. Eight renewed hope agenda, priority areas. And we have economic reforms for sustained growth, strengthening national security, boosting agriculture for food security, unlocking energy and natural resources, enhancing infrastructure and transportation, education, health, and social investment. And we also have economic reforms for sustained growth. And lastly, there is also improving governance. All right, so I'd like to really thank Daily Trust for, bringing out this 8-point agenda in graphic form. So, Chooks the Boy, let's start. The Kano issue, what can we say?
Yeah, there's nothing to say. When it comes to our royal fathers, I say that Africa tends to devote a lot of time to certain things that they might need to de-emphasize so that development can happen. But definitely, our traditional stools are not anything to toy with. So when you see what is happening in Kano of all places, there is no chieftaincy, there is no traditional stool that is inferior to another across the federation. But we used to read in those days our paramount chiefs and all that when we started our broadcasting live right there from Radio Bendel and all that. So all animals are equal, but some tend to be more equal in some domains. That is why the traditional stool is headed by some people in the states and even in the federation. You understand? So we are going to keep on appealing that the Kano emirship tussle is a distraction we cannot afford as Africans to preserve our Africanness. We don't toy with royalty on in our climb, and we want to continue in that stead. Conflicting court orders, sometimes you ask.
That is the crux of the problem. In fact,
conflicting court orders, sometimes you ask, those in jurisprudence, those in the judiciary, could they also spare us some embarrassment? It's just my layman said.
I'm sorry. This is
times like this. One day you're not my learned friend.
Times like this, I miss Kingsley. Yes, because this is the time I taunt him. Yes,
he would have come, smoking from all,
Yes, because again, a federal high court in Kano issued a court injunction restraining Sanusi from, embarking on the throne. Another court in the same Kano issued another one contradicting the first one.
Yes.
And so they are the ones actually giving us the headache.
But remember, the courts also come in hierarchy. Yeah, they do. I know that. I don't. My knowledge.
No,
of,
But
definitely.
the two courts are high courts.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No,
The other one is a high
a
court as
federal.
well.
Yes.
No, one
No,
is
it's
a
not like
federal.
Which one is federal?
No, but they are both in.
Yes. Yes.
They are both in Kano.
Okay, one is what?
The Federal High Court in Kano issued the court. Yes.
What about the first one?
Yes.
That's the one. Then
The second
Justice
one.
Amina Adamu Aliyu of Kano State High Court
You see,
issued a
state high
separate order.
court,
State High
federal
Court.
high court. It's
Yes.
not possible that two of them are federal high courts. No way.
However, Federal
That's
High
the
Court in
point.
Kano issued on May 23rd. Let's look at the days. May 23rd, that's when the Federal High Court issued its own.
That what?
Prohibiting
Restraining?
state government, yes, from enforcing the Emirate
Okay.
Council Repeal Law 2024, which facilitated Sanusi's reinstatement and Bahiro's dethronement.
Well, they're not competing for who it should first. What is happening is that there is a difference of opinion, concerning how the men and women in wig, are revered bench people on the bench, how they see the matter. That is why the seeming conflict is happening. They will, of course, always resolve it. Remember, whatever anyone does at whatever echelon, we have the Supreme Court to eventually say this is where it goes, and that's where the matter sleeps. So
we allow the court to settle the issue, right?
of course, yes.
Good.
They might, though, at a point, decide to withdraw these cases from court. They might decide that the traditional stool is revered in Africa and it should not become something to play ping pong with.
If we also, if we also
in the-
acknowledge that, the traditional institution, again, is under the watch of, the state executive government.
Yes, that's why I said there are differing opinions on the matter. It is the governor's prerogative
Exactly.
that's the point. But then it doesn't mean that the governor's prerogative cannot be
Challenged.
questioned up to the Supreme Court, but it is his prerogative to appoint and all of that. That much we can say. Let's not go beyond this so that we do not go sub judice.
Anyway,
it's before a
Yes,
judge.
let's
Okay.
talk about the one-year administration of...
I thought we would have reserved, since it's what.
okay, that's a
but I know
discussion for
to-
today.
You see,
That's a discussion for today,
Yes,
actually.
yes.
Right, that's it. And let me not go ahead and begin to preempt you. You are the presenters. I am just here to review
can chip in
newspapers.
one or two things.
But I can say that as far as I'm concerned, what's going to happen today is the special day for me. Because I've always said that agriculture is going to rescue this country ultimately. How we plan it matters. I'm not saying it because of my little interest in agriculture. I grew up on the farm. I'm a farm boy. We are starting a bit late in life about agriculture, but agriculture is what will eventually rescue this country. Let us give all we can to it. But talking about the performance of the other ministers, one thing you must give Mr. President. I hear some people say some derogatory things. Somebody dropped a phrase 2 days ago, a Lagos club or whatever. I said, listen to me carefully. I'm not so sure I voted for Mr. President, but for crying out loud, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu has a reputation for picking people who perform. And that's the basis for choosing the people he's working with. If anybody feels there's a tilt in terms of where they come from and all that, if it is not against the Constitution, can we allow that to be? And look at whatever results we get at the end of the day, because that is what we're going to judge him by later. I like people to be realistic. Side talk that doesn't help this country, I am not for it.
Okay, let's leave that matter, because the issue you have raised,
Yes.
we'll raise it during the course of our conversation.
It's okay.
There are other dynamics that come to play when you become the president of a country.
Sure.
So, choosing your men
Yeah, your lieutenants.
is no longer, your sole prerogative. There are other factors that come into play and other pressures as well.
You're still the
You're
appointee
still the-
at the end of the day.
You're
You're
still-
just saying that there are things you must consider. As the father of the nation,
Yes.
I agree with you totally.
Yes.
You know?
But the one I'd like us to talk about, which, it's been interesting. I've been amused since yesterday, especially when I heard the president of the Senate, you know, of
Oh,
course,
the national anthem.
you know, the bill to revert, you know, to the old national anthem, which of course has passed, you know,
The third reading.
yes, at the National Assembly. And I don't know, Chukwudi, I don't know if you can still recall the old national anthem. Because I can't.
Let me not do Nigeria, we hail the... Look, I was born in 1957. I remember my green, white, green cup, the plastic cup, very reinforced plastic. I had mine for a long time. Patriotism flowed in our veins. But let me surprise you. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria. I've gone to the... So it's not a question of... It has been in my veins. And I want to tell you, I'm one of the apostles of... Let's go back to that old one.
The second stanza really makes, you know, great impact. And it says, "Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign." You know, he said, "In peace or battlefront."
Those lines were carefully crafted. But why did we jettison them?
But the issue I actually wanted to raise is
Maybe
that...
because...
sorry. The issue I wanted to raise is that it erodes the efforts and contributions of our compatriots, of our forefathers. You don't see that within that old national anthem.
Really?
Yes. Because arise, O compatriots, Nigerians, call obey. In that, we appreciate, you know, the efforts of people who fought hard to ensure that we had our independence from colonial masters.
What has happened?
It ensured that we also remembered slain soldiers, men and women.
What has happened is that the lyricist, if I may call him that at this moment, brought to the fore, to the opening lines, what you're talking about.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's all embedded in the old anthem. Go through it.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I remember from the first to the last stanza.
Yes.
I remember because I think we were
But
one
who
of
wrote
those.
the first, the national anthem?
I
The
can't
first-
remember.
It's a lady,
Yeah.
a British lady.
Maybe that was why it was jettisoned. For
Yes,
a new
because-
Was somebody talking about Lord Lugar's girlfriend or whatever? Please, let's not speculate.
Yes,
Why
because
is it always
it
women
was,
that is
it
right
was,
doing
it
something?
was a national. He's bringing in gender
I
matters.
have told you, if you want to
bringing in
enjoy
gender-
your life, submit it to your wife and children.
That's why
and you'll
Inre-
see a happy
that's
man.
why-
I don't know what
Inre-
to have against women writing something.
I wish Inre was here. He would have taken
Women are telling, your wife is guiding your life. It's just that she's doing it in subtle ways. And you think I in control. You're not.
But you know, women create very beautiful things.
You are home builders, my dear.
Beautiful and
You have the yam, you
just
have the
look at
knife.
two
Oh, make
national-
una cut,
yeah.
give us, eh?
You know. Anyway, Demola,
Who did that? Who
that
wrote
was the anthem of our independence.
Yes.
That was the anthem that ushered us, you know, into.
You are talking
yes.
about worshipping our heroes.
You understand?
Nigeria
That's
hero
what
they
we needed.
Though tribe and tongue may differ in brotherhood
Yes,
we
it
stand.
speaks-
It's more than the heroes thing you're
It
singing.
speaks to our diversity.
Oh.
I agree.
All right.
Which-
Okay.
Which is number one.
Okay,
Are we
we
being-
have to. We stand. This is where we stand today.